And I'm inviting you to consider, what does it look like to embrace the messy parts as necessary and valuable steps along the journey? Okay, hold on, because it just got real, friends. It just got very real. On the first episode of this, I said, because we have a lot of cheerleaders, right, who were like, you can do this, you got this, right? I believe in you. And we have a lot of coaches who are like, let me show you how I got there. Buy my course, buy my book, right? We have a lot of cheerleaders and we have a lot of coaches, but I don't know if we have a lot of teammates in this virtual space. Like, hey, I'm going too. Want to go with me? Or can I go with you? Or should we go together? And the purpose is to bring you all along on this journey in real time so that the revelations that are coming through, similar to what they're doing now, are what you get. When the inspiration hits, capture it, and that's the episode. That's what sustainable looks like for me. So it's going to be rough around here. Whew. And I realize that if I'm inviting you to go on this journey with me in real time, that means you're going to see the messy parts, right? And part of why we don't have a lot of teammates going on the journey with us is that y'all judge the messy parts real bad. Real bad. And that's hard. That is hard to deal with. And I know that. And I know that that is my soft spot. And that's a large part what was keeping me away from sharing, and why I almost let the drive to overproduce stop me from even making this, what I'm sharing with you right now. Because that came from not wanting to show you the messy parts, to talk about them, but to not show you the messy parts because the judgment. And so it's making me think about how we block our own blessings, how we need people to show us the journey step by step. We ask for that. Can I pick your brain? We hire coaches. We need someone to walk us through step by step. But because we judge their messy process, people choose not to share to protect themselves. And because they choose not to share, you miss out on the very thing that you want. And that's blowing my mind right now for so many reasons. Because one, I have judged a messy house. So there's, that. And me having to sit with that reality and this revelation. And it's really, a teachable moment for myself, right? It's also recognizing how my fear of my mess being judged almost stopped me from doing the thing that I know I'm supposed to do. Imagine thinking your opinion of this is more valuable than somebody's need for this. Like, wow, priorities. Yeah, so there's I've been the person who judged somebody with a messy house online because you didn't have to film that right then. You could have cleaned up first. But the inspiration hit when it hit, Joy. And the message needed to come out when it needed to come out. And you're really assuming they're going to judge you for your mess because you're judging yourself for your mess. Mm-hmm. That's the gotcha of it all. You are projecting your own self-judgment onto a make-believe audience and assuming they're going to judge you for those very same things because that's your stuff. Okay. All right. Heard you loud and clear. um, this was partially me unpacking perfectionism. Um, to show up without judgment or the need to have answers. Simply my presence is love. I don't need to fix anything or anyone. I need simply to show up. The perfection piece that came up today is like really I feel my my back loosening and my heart opening. Like underneath the scapula of my left arm and this front left part of my chest, I feel a simultaneous loosening and opening, respectively. The back loosening is me taking some weight off my shoulders. And also the front of my chest leading with love, which is the second sort of revelation because that's the part that went in the journal. This need to be perfect as a way to perform and prove my worthiness. But specifically reminding myself just to show up. In most instances, that's enough. Most people are not looking for you to do anything specific. Most people just need you to be there for them, be there with them. And a lot of times that is more than enough because you'd be surprised how many people just don't have that. That lesson is what's causing me to feel like my heart is opening. I feel like it's shining out, like I'm leading from that place, and that when I show up, that's where I lead from, not from the burden of responsibility to fix or change something or to have answers, but from a place of just being fully present and open and shining from a place of love. And that's really the sort of the takeaway that I have from this sort of feeling. And it continues even as I speak about it. I'm continuing to feel this sort of loosening of my back. I just feel this whole left side of me just like letting go and opening up, really allowing that to sort of work its magic from the inside out. And that lesson on perfectionism and my understanding of how that ties into issues that are ongoing, that I've already acknowledged are going to be the thorn that I have in my side, right? Like I think we all have the thing that tries to get in the way of who we are, the story we tell ourselves that continues to frighten us into a paralysis that keeps us from our purpose. Mine is fear of rejection. And so anything that I think might get me rejected in any capacity, I'm constantly trying to guard against. And that is where the sort of perfectionism tries to show up, right? It tries to anticipate every angle and have an answer. And so because that's how I show up in my own life, that's how I was starting to show up in others' lives, and feeling like I had to show up as that in order to receive their love, to not be rejected by them. And because that's my own thing, I'm projecting that onto my make-believe audience of people who are going to reject me and not find the value in what I share because my room is messy. I know that this is more important than this, more valuable than this. And I want to acknowledge that as a moment of growth, because there was a time when this would have gotten in the way of this. In fact, for a long time it did. It really did. I'm not even going to hold you. It really did. And I suspect that it's also getting in the way for somebody who might be watching this right now. You might be sitting on brilliant gems that you're not sharing with the world because some part of your journey is messy and you don't want your mess on display. Well, I am choosing today for me to be both in progress and on display. And I'm inviting you to consider, what does it look like to embrace the messy parts as necessary and valuable steps along the journey? And that part of embracing them is not being ashamed of them, not trying to polish them, not trying to pretend they don't exist. Like, this is it. When it's now tomorrow. It is now 12:41 a.m. And this is coming to me at a time when I just didn't have it in me to clean it up. And so this is what it is, friends. And I hope that when you encounter whatever mess you encounter in your own experience, you can meet it with acceptance and grace and gratitude and non-judgment and clarity and groundedness and patience. This is growth in real time. Look at God.